Hey everyone. Well, this video is kind of going to be a little bit of a catch-up video here. Haven't been posting much here. Just been sick with a flu bug and cold and all that kind of good stuff, so haven't exactly felt like filming or even doing any editing if I had filmed anything. So kind of now getting back into the swing of things. And of course it's springtime here, so I'm busy with firewood operations, and means lots of chainsawing yet, cutting up in skid piles that I've made with the skidder, getting a bunch of firewood processed and into my woodshed and all that kind of stuff. So lots going on. This video is going to be a repair video on a Jonsered 2171 that I had a coil issue with. This is a saw that I had fixed late last summer, early fall. If you go back in some of my videos, you remember me, I think I forget what I called the video, restoration of Jonsered 2171, something like that. But anyways, started using it here again this spring, and the coil went bad in it. So getting back with the content here, going to be lots of chainsaw stuff. I probably won't be showing a bunch of saw of the day type stuff that I've been doing, just running saws that you've already seen, because, well, some of them are my favorites and I will be using them repeatedly. So to be some more saw builds. I have a couple of builds here coming up, one for a family member and a friend, so we'll see here if I can get some of that stuff posted here for you folks. But anyways, gonna get on with the meat of the video here and show me repairing this saw. So just thought I'd give you all a little bit of an update of what I've been up to, or lack thereof, because of just a common cold and flu type of thing. So gonna get on with it. Here we go. About me tracking down a runnability issue with my one of my old Jonsered 2171s. Pulled it out this spring here, earlier today here. Wanted to do some cutting on bucking up a big firewood pile, and started it in front of the shop, and it was doing a weird runnability thing, kind of like an ignition or carburation issue, and it was running extremely rich and it wouldn't clear out. So I thought maybe there's a possibility that my metering diaphragm in the carburetor got stuck. That does happen. I've had it happen on a couple of saws in the past where they stick open, and they will literally just pump the saw full of fuel, and because it was smoking like crazy, but it was acting like it wasn't firing proper at the same time, like it was only half cycling or half firing. But I figured I better check out the carburation, because when I did work on this saw, I never checked the carburetor on it. It was a running saw, but a poorly running saw when I got it. Lots of maintenance issue things on it. But after I went through all that, ran good, so it was never an issue. So I went ahead and pulled the carburetor apart, and on the metering side there, the atmospheric vent was all plugged up full of crusty old sawdust and weird corrosion and rust and just nasty ugliness. So I cleaned that all up. The diaphragm's still good. Put that back together. Went and fired it. It fired off, ran nice and smooth for about 15 seconds, and then all of a sudden it started doing the same weird half fire type of thing. So I thought, well, maybe it's a switch. So went ahead and pulled the switch out, unplugged the kill wire to the coil, and made no difference. This coil's got some strike mark damage on here. There's no rub marks on the flywheel of this saw. So even though the saw is a 2005 and so is this coil, this may not be the coil from this saw. I don't know if this saw came with a rev limited coil from the factory or not. Now they got these little boot here. You have to make sure you get this on over your end of your cable. And this is one of those removable thread-in coil wires. Well, I'll go ahead and reinstall this. Up till now it hasn't given me any issue, but hey, you never know. Things can start to give you issues when they're not supposed to, eh? So you got to make sure you set your air gap right. know if this is going to solve my issues or my problems here. Like I say, this coil is no saying that it's any good. This could be a going out. I've had it happen on other saws. If you recall, on my 262, a totally different saw, but I did have issues with it. I just used a standard business card between the magnet and the coil, between the magnets on the flywheel and the coil. So that's what I use for an air gap. It's always worked for me. Oh well. Isn't this being a special kind of stupid tonight where everything could go wrong wants to go wrong? Seems to be a clearancing issue here of some sort. This the pickup ends, those little steel flat plates there on the coil are damaged, and when you tighten it down, it seems to be jamming up even a simple business card. Oh my God. No. Holy shit. This is the kind of things that I'm just going to end up taking this coil and huck it in the garbage can and go find a proper, what I call a proper unlimited coil. This thing is already giving me grief and issues. So I just wrecked my my air gap business card. Okay, let's try this again. Why is this biting in when I tightened it down? This coil is, like I say, this, don't believe it's from this saw. This is, yeah, same shit again. Every time I tighten it down, it forces itself into the flywheel. Well, whatever, the paper gets caught. Okay, fine. Air shroud. Got to get my wire in here, back in here. Got to make sure you snap it into that little keeper channel they have here, so don't get caught and I'm sure you are already, most of you that work on saws already know all this, so. But, showing you what I'm doing, because if I don't, everybody will say that somehow I goofed this up. And yep, I already did. Forgot to put my spark plug boot through inside here already before we even help if I'd routed in there before we start, eh? Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. And I goofed up and pulled my wire in. There we go.
This is where I'm talking about, where it rubs right over here on the inside rail here, and the body where this, they've got this routed here. It's kind of a dumb thing with the air shroud there. Okay, try and get this recoil back together here. Oh, quit being... what have we got going on here? I guess it would help if I had the spark plug out, rolling this over, because this saw has really good compression. Now I had to get a little bit creative when I put this brake handle together. Originally here, this hole where the normal screw is supposed to go through was so badly stripped out, there was no way of, I just ended up using a 5 by 25 millimeter machine screw with a pinched locking nut on the back side that I can hold with a pair of needle nose pliers. No, not the best setup, but the original recoil screw, there was nothing to... It was the hole in the casing of the saw body was so badly wallowed out that there was no... Well, there's no fixing it when it's at that stage. Pretty much completely hooped. So, yes, just like that. Take and hold it in here while I... oh, well, yeah, I guess it would help. Actually hold on to it instead of dropping it. Now, if that's not this coil, I am going to be pissed having to take this all apart again to get in here. Now, this is the chance you take with these kind of, whatever you want to call them, fix-em-ups, I guess you could say. Oh, sure, tip the other way. This is a little 8mm wrench, 8mm lock nut in behind there. Now I'm going to hear some of the naysayers in the comments going, "Ooh, that nut's going to fall off of there and it's going to get caught in the fan. You're going to smash all the flywheel and all your starter assembly." Well, you know what? There's possibilities in life that any stupid shit can happen. So, could that happen? Yeah, possibly. But, given the alternative, if you don't have anything over here to hold your upper brake handle in place, it's acting as your mounting bolt, one of your mounting screws or mounting bolt for your recoil, and it also has to be in there as a safety to hold your emergency brake handle. Otherwise it's just flopping around in there and ain't gonna, well, it'll get caught and busted off. So if it's only got held on by one screw on the other side, that's not going to work. So 5mm machine bolt in there with, like I say, an 8mm headed self-locking nut, and that's the best I can come up with, because the hole, like I say, was so badly wallowed out that there was, I couldn't even put a thread insert. It was 2 sizes bigger than, I could have went to a 6mm bolt, and it's worn out to like literally an 8mm hole. At that point, I'm not going to put a big friggin' bolt in there, because then I got to drill all my covers and handle, and nothing is going to work the way it's supposed to work at that point. So, okay, back together. Put the top cover on it, take it outside. I'm going to do a test fire on it and see if this fix my problem if it's an actual coil wire. There we go. You know what, I'm feeling so confident, I'm going to actually plug my ignition kill switch wire back in here because it didn't make no difference in how it was running. So we're going to pop that back in there like so. Put our air filter back on. Yeah, what the hell. We might as well even put the air box cover back on. And I'll go test fire it, and if it's running the way it's supposed to be running, I'll bring it back in and do a test fire for you guys here on camera. Gonna go test it and see if this was the problem or if I have to find a coil for this thing. Wah 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 wah. It is a frickin' ignition coil. Took it outside, fired it, ran beautiful for 15 seconds, and then started doing that weird half fire type of bullshit, and then it stalled. Pulled it over one more time, went dun 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 dun, and that's it. And now it is a friggin' dead as a stone. So it's that frickin' coil. Oh, went through the trouble of putting this all back together. Should have known better. I had my suspicions. I was just going to take and swap that thing out. I was going to pull one off another saw just to confirm my suspicions, because I don't think I have another coil. So let's pull it all back apart. I'll throw that piece of shit as far as I can into the bush, and that's where it'll stay.